Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Xbox the Box, an Xbox podcast. My name is Potato Chief, and I'm here with my good friend Alice. How are you, Alice?
Hi.
Yeah, we're both a bit down, a bit out of it today, I think, but hopefully we'll still have a good podcast for you guys. Yeah, no webcam today, right? Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
gonna
just I think we've just been through the craziness of summer, and we've been from the middle of September where it's autumn, Queen's funeral's been on, and we're
yeah.
just like lethargic as heck. So we just might as well go through this podcast and just enjoy the good times that it's been with Idea Xbox and Tokyo Game Show. But I don't know if
Oh
we're
yeah.
expecting any more conferences to react to. Do you think? Because there's like about four in total so far.
No, I know there's a lot. Well, I mean, this episode. I mean, spoiler for the title for the episode. I was going to call this episode E3 Part Two. Essentially, we've got four. We had four conferences this week. Well, we're going to talk about all of them, but we had the Nintendo Direct, the State of Play, the Tokyo Game Show, and the Idea Xbox all in the same week. All of them. You can see our entire reactions to all four of those on the channel as well. If you want to see our reactions to what we were watching. I think the Tokyo Game Show was definitely the best of the four. I think that was definitely the most enjoyable.
Yep.
But we will get to that. But we're gonna start the podcast like we always start it with. What have we been playing? Um, have you been playing anything interesting this week, or have because you said to me you're gonna have a bit of a week off from gaming, right? Or you're gonna play a bit less.
I was hoping to take a week off gaming, to be honest, but then there's no rest for the wicked because Halo Infinite. There's some slightly interesting items in the shop, like there's sacrifice item for less, and you got emblems with it. But the atomic orange and grey pack, that's interesting. But then you get another chance to get a gold armor coating, which I got. Another chance to get the skull helmet, like what you got on your armor last time I seen your armor.
Yeah, I like the Scott helmet. I like having the Scott helmet. It looks pretty badass. Yeah, it's like the visor itself is like indented with holes, so it looks like a skull. It looks cool as hell. Yeah. So you just been playing a bit of Halo Infinite, is it?
No,
No.
because I was going to like have the atomic pack, but
No.
I ended up like decided to not buy it because I have zero interest in playing this game anymore. However,
Fair.
I can say that the Yapping is the most popular playlist in Halo Infinite because there's it's got it got less focus on the true skill matching, so you get you get mixed with lots of players more, and you get into it a bit easier. So therefore, you just
Yeah.
end up like having a really good playlist, which 343 says you can. It's now going to be applied to all the playlists over time. But speaking of which, an interesting thing is going to happen at the world premiere, which is happening on Saturday, and that's doing the Halo Championship Series. So therefore, we
Right.
could find out what it could be. One YouTuber
Ooh,
suggests that we may see Halo 3 maps remade in like
I hope
Forge.
so.
So we could see all the maps coming up on it. But so far, the more videos that 343 releases, the more hopeful that the Forge is going to be far better than any Forge you get, because not only
Yeah.
you get, and if you build, it's going to be like having the shaders and everything working, which means it treats you like normal maps, where you have things like bots and scripting, as well as like how do I put it? Some other bits as well, which means Forge is going to be more powerful than you could possibly
No.
imagine, which might explain why they're taking more time to do it. I mean, I legit expecting to be just as like Halo 5's Forge, only with shinier graphics, but they seem to like put so much eggs in one basket with it that
Oh
they're
yeah.
willing to make sure the Forge adds to the game than just be a complimentary extra.
Like I heard the news, like I can't remember the exact numbers, but something like they had like 3,000 items available in the original Forge, or like the last Forge, and the new one is like 10 times that, like 40,000 with items on screen, so you can be super detailed. I've seen people
Yes.
recreate PT in there. I recreate Andy's room from Toy Story. But there's so many people who made so many crazy things in the new Forge. It looks cool. I want a reason to play Halo Infinite. I haven't played it this week because I beat the Yappening, and then I'm like, well, I've got nothing else to do. I could like lock a Vaser or something, but I can't be bothered. I'm already max level on both my battle passes. So yeah, I'm just waiting for like season 3 or the 30-day battle pass, the 30 level battle pass that should be getting in November before I go back. I think.
Well,
I don't know
I
you.
I can say that like hey, if the Forge is going to be like very promising and it's already getting some lots of good results, because the Andy's room you're referring to is really detailed, and you just thought
Yeah,
like as if, oh well, is this actually made in Forge? I thought it was like made a bit of a jokey one, but then but you could definitely tell that people are willing to like make a lot of stuff out of it. Plus, you can apply different textures even to enemies, which means I feel by the November comes, my hope is that um, 343 Industries is going to release lots of new content that's made in Forge, and it's going to boost Halo Infinite by a huge amount. But
fingers
this is,
crossed.
but it is definitely going to be life support for the game, and something to
Yeah,
keep people like interested until um like March of next year.
yeah, definitely. I hope so. I mean, I really wanted to do well. I mean, I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping that it's going to be the thing that the shot in the arm the game needs. Um, yeah. So have you played anything else this week, or is it just you?
Well, basically me dipping my fingers in things because of what I saw about. I got into Hellsinger,
Oh
which
yeah,
I it's like it's a Doom clone, but you had to
yeah,
like stick to the rhythm in order to make really good kills. Like I
yes.
tried to, it's really difficult as many people say, but I seem to like get into it a bit more. But then I
I
only
was
played it
rubbish
like
at it.
once.
Yeah. I went on normal difficulty and died because I sucked, and then I went on to easy difficulty and managed to beat the first level. Um, it's weird because I'm really good at Guitar Hero when I can play on expert difficulty, so I got the rhythm down. But I'm okay at Doom as well, obviously because I've beaten Doom Eternal and stuff. But for some reason, the two combined, I just can't get my head around it. I'm trying to shoot the shotgun in time. It's like boom, 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 and it's like it
Hmm.
still doesn't feel like I'm doing it right, and it's like I can't get the rhythm right down for it. I'm enjoying it though for what it is. As you said, it is like a Doom clone, and you know, Doom was awesome. Doom Eternal was really good. It's like Doom Eternal with Guitar Hero element, which is the weirdest thing you could ever say. But yeah, I've been playing that as well. As I said, I've beaten the first level on easy because I couldn't get the rhythm right on normal for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I
Um,
got as far as like beating the first level on normal. Like I died a couple of times on the first attempt, but then I restarted that level and then I just went through it, didn't die, and beat the first level on normal. But that's as far as I got with it.
Yeah, and also I think like the first time I played it, I was thinking like because you said it's a Doom clone, I was thinking you kill people to get your health back, and
Hmm.
like but that's not how it works. You get your health is like green crystals on the wall, so you got to shoot the green crystals off the wall, and that gives you health back. And I didn't realize that until I actually beat the first level. I was like, oh, that's
Well,
how I get my life
actually,
back.
well, actually,
Uh,
killing many kills and enemies still gives you like bits like health or ammo in in the game, just like in like Doom and Doom and
Doom.
Eternal, because like the only thing you can't really kill them straight away. You just have to stick them to the beat. Like if you press it in the wrong beat, then it just won't register, and it
Yeah.
just gets really annoying if you somehow go out of sync with the whole rhythm of this whole game.
Yeah, it is trying. It's I can't quite get my head around it, but for what I've played, I've enjoyed for what I've played of it. But I can't get my head around the rhythm, getting the rhythm down. I just can't do it. I'm still trying. Yeah. So
You
have you
go on
had
to
tra-
say you go on to say like rhythm have like you say this is like similar to Guitar Hero, but I just
Yeah,
don't really see it as Guitar Hero because I know you have to like play the notes and make sure you play in the exact way with the song.
yeah,
But I treat this more like Rhythm Heaven because all of the
yeah,
mini games is that all you need to do is like just only press A as long as you pay attention to the rhythm of the whole song.
yeah. I mean,
So
it's a rhythm game. I'm using. I just Guitar Hero is the one I played. The rhythm game I've spent the most time playing. And that's the reason I mentioned Guitar Hero. I obviously you've got D&D, you've got Guitar Man, you've got Papa the Rapper. You know, there's lots of stuff like that. There's like rhythm games. So yeah, I get what you're saying. I only use Guitar Hero as an example because that's the one I've spent the most time with. So I'm most experienced with that one. But yeah, I get what you're saying for sure.
yeah, it's just interesting because like I was like when I was in Newport University and there was like one of the lecturers doing the programming course, and I was
Yeah,
suggested like, oh, I think I would be interested to make a action adventure game that has rhythm elements, and then I was told like, you would definitely scrap that because there's plenty of those annoying rhythm games and it's not going to work. What
uh,
Health Singer exists like about over a decade later, so that's
yeah.
going to prove him wrong.
Yeah, it's funny because there's a couple of ideas I had in university and now becoming a thing now, which is hilarious. So yeah, it's one thing getting the idea, it's another thing making the thing, I suppose. But it's just like yeah, it is interesting to see how the game industry's evolved. Um, yeah. Have you had a chance to play Deathloop yet?
Well, I've been trying to download it for a while. Like, I know that I'm aware of the cost of living crisis, and I was recommended
Yeah,
to stick on Energy Saver, and I was told like, oh, you stick it will do background download still if you put
yeah,
it on Energy Saver. So I put on that, been away from my flat for a few days, and guess what? The
sounds
Deathloop
like
is still at 20% complete and still paused
wow.
while it's off. And I was saying like, it doesn't work. And then I was told like it still works, it's just not so consistent. But then I always know that when it comes to energy saving, it doesn't always like download stuff in the background. So I had to put on instant on to download that as well as
Yeah,
other games and updates. And it's just really frustrating when you have big massive updates and you have to download a bunch of games too,
yeah.
which kind of suggests as if you want to save energy, get faster broadband.
Pretty much, yeah. So I've been playing Deathloop though. I managed to download it. It's a lot of fun. I've been saying to you the last few weeks I've been playing Prey, and it does kind of get me right into it. It's the same people who made it, and you can tell that, like the gameplay plays very similar to it. It's so you've got to kill 8 visionaries, but you've got 4 different locations and 4 times a day, and each location is different at a different time of day. So you've got essentially got to kill 2 visionaries at each time of day, I suppose, in a different area. Obviously, I've only just started it, so I haven't figured out how to do that yet. It's fun. It's like you keep starting back at the beach at the beginning when you got to try and make your way through the map, and it's like trying to figure out which route to take is the best. And I thought it was going to play like Hades, where I thought you would have to literally go from start to finish in one run. But I think it's more like you split into 4 chunks, and you can do each chunk separately, so you don't have to do it in one massive run, which is nice, I suppose. Um,
Was
but
there
yeah,
like a walkthrough that tells you exactly what to do, and then you just beat the whole game for the easy 1,000 gamer score?
if you wanted to do it that way, I suppose it probably is. Yeah, I'm trying to play it normal. Trying to play it without cheating, but I might try. If I get stuck, I'll probably get a guide up at some point. I'm enjoying it so far, but it's like basically there's the visionaries you got to kill in a certain order and all this stuff. But he's uh, like if you want to get to a certain place before your rival gets there and get a certain weapon and stuff like that. Also, yeah, I forgot that's another part of the game. I forgot her name now. You're Colt, and you've got this girl chasing after you, and I've got her name now. She basically hunts you down as well, and she's like outside the loop essentially. So essentially, you don't. It never plays out the exact same way because she can mess it up for you, and it could be an invading player from like an actual human player if they want to invade your game, which is annoying in a way, but kind of cool. Yeah. So I'm trying. It's bugging me now. I can't remember her name. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, you're Colt, and she's. Let's have a look.
Yeah, it's just I've been looking at the trophy guide, and it says like you get to complete it within 15 to 20 hours, and it's very
Ooh.
easy. You just basically play through the story, and then you can just
Yeah.
use level select to mop up the achievements. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I was listening to the PS We Trust guys, and they. For some reason, my phone's frozen. Okay, whatever. They said that the platinums fight are quite easy to do, so 1,000 gamer score is quite easy to do. So it'd be worth doing. I'm definitely gonna try and get 1,000 gamer score. I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's a bit complicated at the moment, but I think the more I play it, the more it'll make sense. I think it's just trying to get my head around it because you have to like set your objectives and stuff and go to certain places at the right time of day and stuff like that. It has a very Majora's Mask feel to it. Like certain people will be in certain places at certain times. You need to go to certain places at certain times to find the certain people. And it's just it's strategies like that. And you got like it's fun. It's a lot of fun so far. I haven't got that far. I've literally only been. I downloaded it last night. Finished work at 6 o'clock. Played it for like 2 hours, and then played it for about 3 hours this morning. So I've only played it for about 2-3 hours, about 4 or 5 hours total so far. So I've only just really got to the point where they're talking about killing the visionaries, which are like the main objective of the game. I basically been doing the tutorial for 5 hours. Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it though. I'm glad. It makes me more excited for Redfall next year because that's arcade as well. Every arcade game I've played so far I've really enjoyed. So it's cool that this is now an Xbox studio. They seem to make really good games. So I'm excited to see what else they're going to do going forward. Yeah, and I would recommend playing it. You'll hopefully enjoy it. Oh, sorry, I got a bit of tickle in my throat. Yeah, for some reason my phone's frozen. That's really annoying. I was trying to look up the character's name, and I can't find it now.
Is it Colt?
The woman who's following you.
Oh, Juliana, is it?
Yeah. I think it's Juliana. That's it. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. She makes your life a pain in the ass essentially, and it's cool because I think she like knows what's gonna happen, and she's outside the loop. So you're like talking to her, and she's like taunting you and stuff the whole time. Like, oh, Colt, you're so like try and get good. I know exactly what you're gonna do next and stuff like that. She's like taunting you through your your walkie-talkie. It's quite funny. It's funny they got good banter between them, the characters. Like the voice acting in it is really good. I can see why it's won a load of Game of the Year awards last year. It's really well done. I'm excited to play some more of it. Yeah, it's a lot of fun so far. I really just started it really, so yeah, I'm trying to play it more. I'm trying to play it like Dishonored. I'm trying to be like stealthy, but I seem to always get caught out, and then I have to go. It always ends up going up like guns blazing. Like I'll sneak around with just a knife for like 10 minutes, and then suddenly out of nowhere, I'll be mobbed by like 20 people, and just gotta start shooting them down. It's just that's what always happens in the stealth game, though, isn't it? But yeah, I'm enjoying it. Definitely would recommend trying it, and this is probably the biggest game that's going to come to Xbox this year. This is like it's not exclusive, but it is like a first party game, so it's definitely worth playing it if you're an Xbox fan. This is going to be Redfall. It's coming out the same by. This is made by Arcade Leon, and I think Redfall is as well. So you got that to look forward to next year. So this is like a teaser for what we got to come, and it's very good. I think it's very good. I'm enjoying it very much. Yeah, I'm rambling a bit.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all
all
I've been
right.
playing this week. That's all I've been playing this week, though. Is I played a little bit of Hellsinger. I also played a little bit of You Suck at Parking. It's like a puzzle game almost, and it's
I
quite fun.
played it in one sitting, and I haven't yet to play any more of it. But yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like it's really difficult. Like the handling and trying to park is just really difficult. And there's
yeah,
even a
it's
single
hard.
player campaign where it's just like you have to make sure you get into the parking, but it's actually meant to be a multiplayer game in the same vein as Micro Machines.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's not like the best game ever or anything. It's just a fun game to play for like 10 minutes. While like if you got nothing better to do. Yeah, that's what I've been playing. is that? Should we move on to the news?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, I thought I was gonna like mention something else. Like,
Yeah, go ahead. All right,
I
go ahead.
haven't,
Sorry.
I haven't really played any like paladins recently, and I think I'm just getting a bit bored with it. And in fact, I haven't really been touching about a lot of the games. I know I've been playing like Procession to Chivalry, and that's
Yeah,
only played for it for like 20 minutes and got one of the endings there. But apart from
yeah,
that, I'm starting to read more, and it's coming to autumn. So I could see myself like having to not game so much during winter because the energy costs are going to skyrocket and it's going to be very
yeah,
difficult. So one of those things is like like probably not play on so much on Xbox because in fact many people with their powerful PCs they just use it less or even like turn it off and use something else.
wow. Oh, fair enough. We're gonna be trying to do a bit more read. We'll have to change the podcast to what have you been reading recently. There's no way I'm going to be playing games until the day I die. I'll probably play God of War in November, and there's Plague Tale, and then obviously there's Higher Life in December.
Mm.
So the full version of Grounded. So I'm not stopping playing games for a while. But I get it because the energy bills are ridiculous at the moment. It's so bad. The UK is ridiculous at the moment. They've like people outside the UK don't realize it's like they've literally doubled the price of our energy bills essentially overnight.
Yes.
It's insane. A lot of people are going to probably die this winter because they're not going to be able to heat their homes. So fun, yay! A bit morbid, I know. Should do you want to talk about? Should we head to the news, or
Yeah,
or
go
do you
ahead.
want to talk about Palace? So we're on to the news. Okay, so
And the first one is 343 has now cancelled Halo Master Chief Collection microtransactions.
Oh, sick! That's so this isn't in my notes, but I didn't know about this. Okay, so that's cool. Right.
I'm going to double check because I haven't had a chance to review it. So
Okay, but yeah, that I made a big rant about microtransactions in Master Chief Collection before, and that was a video that we pulled out because I don't think it makes sense to do it because the game is old and people have been paying to play it anyway. It's not like it's a free game. Yeah, I hope that's the case. That'd be sweet if that's true.
yeah, because I think it was mentioned on Mint Blitz, or was it such on W? It's just saying about like this being cancelled. So
Good.
just hang on a minute. Yeah,
That's good
so
news.
yeah, there you go. Halo the Master Chief Collection microtransaction plans have been ditched, saying that Sparta points won't be purchasable. So therefore,
Thank God.
I think it has received enough of the backlash to like scrap it all together. So it's all good.
Yay! That's good news. I didn't know that. Thank you for that. That's good news. I'm happy about that.
I'll
I
show
made a
you
big
the
rant.
link of where I found out. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I was gonna like do more research for the podcast, but unfortunately, it's just like I'm struggling to find the time. And Monday is just like Queen's funeral, being out
Yeah.
walking and looking after different places, and then I'm just like back and doing more reading. Feels like a bloody Sunday, of course.
Yeah. I'm exhausted this week as well. It's only Wednesday and it feels like Friday to me. I'm exhausted. Yeah.
You sure
The
it's
Queen's funeral.
Friday?
I
Because
said it feels
Friday's
like a
been...
Friday.
Yeah.
Feels like a Friday. It feels like I've been working on top. The Queen's funeral was a big thing in the UK. We like pretty much the whole country just came to a standstill. Like everything closed, and like everyone. I had bank holiday. It was a bank holiday, so we were all off. But it's like, oh well, I got a day off, but I can't do anything because everything's closed. So literally, we just all sat at home watching the funeral on TV, and it's like, yeah, not great.
I just miss
But
those Sundays in like back in like early 90s. Like when I was a kid, like I always know that Sundays are where everything's all shut, and then even my mum said like, "Oh, you can't have the postie coming in. We sat down having the roast dinner."
then,
But it's just weird. Like everyone is expected to have a roast dinner on a Sunday, and it's like everything's shut. But now it's just like being scrapped, and more people are like doing things outside on a Sunday. But I just think in the Queen's funeral, it has gave me nothing but being able to have this some kind of Sunday feeling. It's just like wow, it's just really good.
Okay. So, was there anything else with this microtransaction? Because I didn't. This is all your news story. I haven't really.
Well,
I had no idea that this was going to be in the news.
well, it's definitely just that really. There's nothing else
Oh,
to
I
it
see.
apart that you won't be able to pay for Spartan points. But anyway,
Ooh.
something else that's been announced last night, I believe. RTX 4000 series is now going to be up for pre-order. So, if you're not able to get a 3000 series card, well, you'll be lucky if you can pay it for cheap.
All right, fair enough. Again, another news story that's not in my notes. Okay.
Well, it just comes in at the short notice that it's revealed that there's new cards, like with the 4090 RTX, it's now like reaches over $1,000. So you'll be paying huge for it. But these graphics cards are just like offers more performance for ray tracing at 60 frames per second. But to me, it's just like I'm just going to need more money in order to pay for them. And it just
Yeah.
goes to the point where you're going to end up scraping the bottom of the barrel for some like normal graphics cards. I mean, I'm still on a GTX 1070, and it will be not long until I have to like save £800 just to get a 4070. But it could be less.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly.
I need to get a new computer myself soon. My computer's dying. I've had this for about 8 years. It was overheating when we were doing our reactions the other day, so yeah, I need to get a new computer soon. Yeah. So
That's where you've got to be like saving more money for it because
yeah,
the how do I put it? Like if a laptop's dying, you'll probably have to settle for the second best tier, and you're not going to be able to have enough money to get a desktop computer that's got a RTX graphics card, unless if you're lucky enough to get a laptop that's got one inside.
yeah, it's true. I'll probably end up getting a laptop. I don't have the space for a desktop, so I'd have to try and find a good laptop.
Well, also in the news is that there's an RTX Remix pack, which means you can use it to replace shaders in any game with the ray tracing technology. And there's a demo where it replaced the shaders in Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind with ray tracing graphics. I haven't checked it myself, but it's definitely something that works. Then
Fair enough.
there's an announcement that Portal 1 is going to get a RTX Remix update. It will be released as a DLC for all people who own Portal. Like me, I own Portal 1, which means I should be getting a ray tracing pack sometime during October or later this year.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It just like literally adds ray tracing on the shinier lights, and it already like adds a different kind of like feeling to it. But everything of it this is made darker, and it's just like you have more pronounced lights. But I think if you combine it with like wet floors, for instance, and you would like open portals, you'll be amazed at like how colorful and how vibrant it is. Right, even though you're just likely to be playing a game with a whole different environment because of its emphasis on like ray tracing lights.
Fair enough. To be honest, I don't know much about it, so I'm just completely in the dark with this one. It's just been chucked in the deep end bit. And don't really, I'm kind of like a deer in headlights at the moment. I'm like, oh, what's going on? So the other big news this week is, well, probably most people's headline, but we're going to stick with Tokyo Game Show, is the GTA 6 has been leaked. Ooh. I don't really feel like there's much to talk about here. A lot of people are like making a big deal of it, but it's like they show there's some gameplay's being leaked from like a Slack channel. It looks like GTA 5, but you can be a female protagonist, which is nice, which has been confirmed now because we knew that was rumored. And then also the guy we found out the person who hacked it was a 16-year-old from the UK who managed to hack the servers and will probably end up getting a job in cybersecurity somehow because of that. I mean, but that's all we really know is that's all we really got from it is the game looked like GTA 5, but obviously in early development. And you can play as a woman. I mean, was there anything else from the leak that you really picked up on? Because that's all I really got from it.
Well, the latest news is that FBI is going to be reviewing this whole case, and
yeah.
And since you mentioned that the hacker's already been like caught, I would imagine that, I mean, they would be like, as you said, probably be trained in cyber stuff and bits like that. Yeah. But I think I imagine that people who like hack stuff and everything like that, I think quite often it's just that they don't seem to be getting a lot of attention, and that's until they show their skills by hacking into servers. But I mean, to me, I think the trouble is with Rockstar is that they've been delaying a huge update to GTA 5 for Xbox Series X, and it's a 2013 game, and they seem to be like less competent when it comes to like dealing with new content, and they haven't even got GTA 6. So thanks to this leak, it just reveals that they were in fact working on GTA 6, and it's going to be set around Vice City. But the fandom is just like somehow complaining about it so much as if it's a finished project. Like they say like as if, oh, we waited 10 years for this, it's looking bad and it's looking like a mobile game. But come on, this is an early development build, so
yeah, it annoys the crap out of me when that happens. Like Redfall had a leak a couple of months ago and the game looked bad, but it's like, yeah, it's early development. Like, people don't understand how game design works. Like, games don't start to look good until literally the last year, or like the last month or so, even. Like, I mean, me and you have both done game design. Like, a lot of the stuff is like framework and like it's just like you don't put like ray tracing and all that until the last minute. That's like the last thing is the pretty textures and the graphics. You know, a lot of the time you're just working with blocks. You know what I mean? It's just like, people who don't seem to grasp that, it's
just what people are just like being so spoiled that they just rather want anything they want right now and just not appreciating like how the development works. And this whole incident is just a huge proof of that. Before long, it's not just the developers are not going to be at most at fault. It's just going to be I think it was the fan or the customer base are likely to be the one most at fault, and that's the problem because it just seems like if they're going to be over expecting things and then getting everything they want, it's just not likely to be like serving a niche, and ends up turning into absolute chaos when it comes to like receiving stuff. I mean, it's just like these people are just like are not really that patient and feel as if
No.
they're not giving other people's time when it comes to them working hard and delivering the content up. Which so yeah, it's just a fault that's just being brought over to them and not like I. I'm sure there is fault with the developers too. Like, I mean, the hack is just like a huge thing. They even
Yeah.
the 2K support website is even being hacked and it's been spreading malware, and it's just like
What?
completely fucked up. So
Yeah.
so really, it's
I mean,
just this is a major embarrassment, and the developers, Rockstar, and even 2K are going to end up hanging their heads shut up in shame. And it feels that this is already like escalated into a huge problem. So therefore, it is never going to be easy to be able to recover from this. But
no.
it's just, I all I can say is just it's really frustrating, and I respect that like many people there. I just don't want to judge them too much.
No.
But I think it's just like it's important for people to appreciate like how the game development goes on and like go into pipelines, and
I mean,
and then you just have like people who's like not so patient and just end up trying to waste their tone so much, and it
yeah.
just already like gives a lot of wrong impressions to other people and giving out like really bad opinions. And this is literally an age like internet is everywhere, and people are championing like free speech, and yet there's more people who are like, either spreading misinformation or not giving out a lot of facts without a lot of thought and research placed into them. It's just
Exactly.
ridiculous.
I mean, for me, with this entire thing is, I feel like every news article I've seen is like the biggest leak in gaming history, GTA 6 leak, blah blah blah, and I'm like, it looks like GTA 5 and it's early development. I'm like, I kind of gathered that's what it was going to look like. It's not like this is not blowing my mind. It's not like something I'm like going, whoa, this is blowing my mind. I'm like, this is exactly how I expected GTA 6 to look. And it's in early development, so why do we care? It just looks like GTA 5. Why is everyone so like crazy about it? To me, it's just like is it just it's just literally the name, I suppose. If this was any other game, would we care? I mean, it looks just like GTA 5. You could be a female protagonist, that's cool. That's like the nice new feature. But apart from
Well,
that, it's like nothing really that mind blowing here. I'm not more hyped about the game or less hyped about the game. I'm literally indifferent. I'm just like, we knew this is what we were gonna get. This is kind
I
of
may
unexpected. I
add
thought.
I may add there's my perspective in this because
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not that interested in GTA 6. Like
No.
I just feel as if GTA 5 is the de facto game that's released in 2013 and it's already proven to be perfect. Like,
No.
you got all the modes, Rockstar keeps adding more content to it, and this is quite literally like the exact game that is what you're gonna get because they've been trying to like hone their skills and trying to make it good for so many years, and they just reached like the perfect game and to be able to like build more stuff for the foundations, and it just almost
Yeah.
makes it that GTA 6 is just like you're not going to be expecting anything new unless you're one of these
No.
people who's seen all those mods to make the game so pretty. Like you have mods that overhaul the graphics complete with ray tracing, and you have more features to make it look good. So maybe it's just where people have like taken those impressions and expect GTA 6 to look a little more like that. So
Yeah.
so maybe that's just a part of their argument. But
Yeah.
but also bear in mind that like Rockstar, they did Red Dead Redemption 2 and it's been critically acclaimed. And you'll most likely be seeing them like bring out GTA 6 to be set in a different like some kind of different kind of location.
Yeah.
But thing is, like GTA 4 and 5 there's a graphical difference. Like GTA 4 is just like going into the HD era, whereas
Yeah.
GTA 5, not so much change in graphics, but they have improved their shaders. So
Yeah.
I think the truth is, when they finally get to spend more, like 2 more years on it, because their statement states that you won't be able to have GTA 6 in like the next 2 years, so therefore
No.
you're just going to end up like waiting 2 years, and then you would actually see the full completed version, complete with video graphics. I just think the real problem is that because of this leak and everything, it's just going to end up like messing things up. And I think
Yeah.
this is a price for like if you release the game, reveal the games too early, you get easily judged on there. I know it's not Rockstar's fault for like bringing this out, even though they haven't been paying attention to the security, and of course, like, like it's just like they haven't really been making a lot of decisions that somehow ends up getting hit so badly by the hack. But I don't know. I just don't want to take sides in this,
Yeah.
and I have to agree. This has turned into a huge mess. Whereas when people would have like taken GTA 6 leak as if it confirms this game is actually announced and it's going to come. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, we knew what we. It's like we knew GTA 6 was coming. We knew kind of what to expect, and it just confirms everything to me. So I don't see why anyone's mind's blown with it. To be honest, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I know what to expect. GTA is GTA, you know. So yeah, I big news, I suppose. I'm not that bothered. There's a lot. There's loads of games to play. I can wait to GTA 6. I'm sure it'll be fun when it comes out. But it's like it's another 2-3 years away. We're gonna probably have Avowed and Starfield and Hellblade 2 and all sorts of other fantastic games to play before then. So whatever. I'm good. I can wait. So speaking of game announcements, we had 4 press conferences this week. So we're going to start off with the non-Xbox ones first and try and go through those quite quickly. So there was the Nintendo Direct up first, Pikmin 4, Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I think those are the 2 big things. I mean, was there anything in the Nintendo Direct that like blew your mind?
Well, GoldenEye, and I was like,
Oh yeah,
oh my
that's
gosh,
right.
it's definitely coming out after all those years because I thought they would never be re-released because of the relicensing things.
Yeah,
But not only is coming to Switch Online, which you had to get an expansion pack for,
yeah,
but you also get it on like Xbox through Game Pass, and it's like sweet. Bear in
yeah. It was
mind,
also
it's not the same game as you get as a and as according to the news stuff, is that you're a big game online multiplayer on it. It's only the
yeah.
Switch Online is where you get online multiplayer, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's a bummer. Yeah. Also, if you have Rare Replay, you also get GoldenEye with that as well. So it's
Wait,
part of the Rare Replay package,
wait, you get it through Rare Replay.
as well as from Game Pass. It's on both.
Oh right, because I
Yeah.
know there's a disc version of Rare Replay, and you get
Yeah.
all those games with it. So I'm starting to think as if it's going to be a DLC only.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like a DLC for that. Yeah, maybe they can't sell it like separately. Maybe I don't know. It's weird. There doesn't seem to be a way of getting it without it being a Rare Replay. I don't know. Well, apart from Game Pass, obviously.
Well, I think this is a bit ridiculous now because uh, you literally get GoldenEye for free if you
Yeah.
own the digital copy of Rare Replay. That,
Yeah.
or you had to get it through Game Pass, and it's like
Yeah.
I got it on disc.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe if you put the disc in, you could download it. I'm not sure. I imagine that would be the case. I don't know. We'll have to look into that. Yeah. So I mean, the Nintendo Direct, Pikmin 4 look cool. I've already pre-ordered Bayonetta 3. That's the next game I'm going to be playing on my Switch. A lot of farming simulators. If you enjoy farming, you want to be on the Nintendo Direct. You want to be a Nintendo fan if you enjoy your farming games. They literally had like 6 farming games in the Direct. It was ridiculous. Like every other game. Also, the one that blows my mind is Octopath Traveler 2. Octopath Traveler 1 has come to the Xbox. Octopath Traveler 2 is going to be on Switch exclusively and PS5. So Octopath Traveler 2 is not coming to Xbox, but Octopath Traveler 1 did. And Octopath Traveler 1 didn't go to PS5, but it's come to Xbox. So it's like we got the first one exclusive, but PlayStation's got the second one exclusive. How's that work? Square Enix, you're weird. It's always Square Enix with all these weird exclusivity deals. So yeah, I'm hoping Triangle Strategy comes to Xbox. That's like rumored as well that might be coming, and I'm looking forward to playing that if that happens. Yeah, like cause Triangle Strategy is 2D 3D, but it's a what's it called, turn-based strategy game, not an RPG. So that's cool. Yeah, so GoldenEye. That I'm trying to think what other cool stuff they showed in the Nintendo Direct. That was about it, really, wasn't it?
There's
and Fire Emblem.
I'm not sure about Fire Emblem, and I haven't been catching up with those games. But I imagine it's like, oh, you bring those characters from previous games, and it's going to be this one. Yeah, it's good, but I don't know if it's going to warrant like getting a new Fire Emblem over the other fantastic Fire Emblem games you can get on the Switch.
Yeah. I mean, I got Fire Emblem Three Houses was my game of the year when it came out. I think that was 2019, I think. I really enjoyed Fire Emblem Three Houses. It's one of my favourite JRPGs of all time. I completed it multiple times. Golden Deer for life. Woo, Golden Deer. I'm a bit annoyed. Well, not annoyed. I'm just a bit disappointed that it doesn't look like there's going to be a branching paths, and you get to pick different people. You know, like I like the school setting and stuff. I thought it was really cool. This one almost feels like a step backwards. It's like the story, like it's going to be one story by the looks of things, and like rumors are there's going to be a lot of gacha mechanics, which I hate gacha mechanics.
Oh gosh.
I hope not.
There's already
like a lot.
There's already like gacha mechanics in the Fire Emblem mobile game.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It apparently looks like it's inspired a lot by the Fire Emblem Heroes game, which is the mobile game. That's what this, because that's their most successful mobile game. It looks like the new one might be like that, and I'm hoping that's not the case because I really love Three Houses. As I said, Three Houses is one of my favorite games ever, and I really hope it's not a letdown from that. I really enjoyed Three Houses, and I'm gonna be gutted if it's like a step down.
There's also like Pikmin 4, and that's only by the namesake.
Yeah, they've already announced Pikmin 4 years ago, and it's in development, and then now they've just announced it again, saying it's in development. So maybe we'll see it. Maybe we'll see Pikmin 4 this time. Breath of the Wild, oh not Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. That's gonna take me a while to get used to that. Breath of the Wild 2 looks cool. They keep teasing us. I want to see a proper game. I want to see more now. We've had 4 or 5 teasers which are like a minute long each. I want a proper gameplay, in-depth gameplay session now. I'm fed up of you just teasing us with little tiny gameplay sections. I want more. God damn it.
Well, they said it's gonna be.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's just I'm not that interested really. It's just like saying, "Oh, it's coming," but it's not. So I just don't know.
Breath of the Wild 1 is my favorite. Was my favorite game in the last decade. It won my Game of the Decade award, which is on the channel if you ever wanted to watch a video about that. I loved Breath of the Wild 1, so I can't wait for the second one. I want to know more. Tell me. God damn it, what's going on? We're in the clouds again. And the last time you were in the clouds, it sucked. So I'm hoping it's going to be better than that.
Can we move on? Because there's a ton of stuff that's in Ticket Game Show, as well as ID at Xbox.
Yeah, so okay, just briefly touch on State of Play. Tekken 8 was cool.
Yeah,
that was about the only real thing that I really was that interested in. They had a God of War controller. Ooh. That was the big announcement for God of War, is that they have a controller coming for it. My leg's gone numb. 2 seconds.
well,
sitting cross-legged this whole time, my leg's gone numb. Sorry. Yeah. Anything apart from Tekken or anything? Was it anything you were interested in State of Play?
Not much, but people are already preferring the State of Play over the Nintendo Direct, which is filled with nothing but farming simulators. What?
Yeah. We like farming simulators.
You
thought it
do?
was no, not really. I like Minecraft. Does that count? Because it's got farming in it.
Not until it has a farming update with it.
What else? I think that was it for the state of play, wasn't it? There wasn't much in it. It was only
Well,
20 minutes.
it hasn't like. There's also like Street Fighter 6, and it's got a
Oh, yeah.
huge expansion, and it's revealed this single player where, like, if you were to like, it just allows you to go around the street and you go into street fights with other players with your customizable character, and you get to learn
Ah.
moves from like other characters too. So, and it's got like this battle hub
Street-
too. So it's just like wow, it's just quite
Wait a
good.
minute. So you're going to be fighting in the streets in a Street Fighter game?
Yes.
That's insane. What a revelation. Can't wait to play that game. It looks fun. And it's coming to Xbox this time. Woohoo!
Yep.
They didn't make the mistake of putting it on PlayStation exclusively, thank God. So yeah, that was the state of play. So let's move on to our topic of the show, which is Tokyo Game Show / Idea Xbox. Which one do you want to start off with? I feel like the Tokyo Game Show is better, so maybe we should start with Idea Xbox.
Start with Idea Xbox.
So there was Spider Heck. There was a game about spiders. And I
Spiders
didn't like it.
with
It made me
guns.
Spiders with guns. Yeah, it was weird. And there was a fishing game. What was it, like Bass Simulator? We reacted to the entire thing, and it was boring as hell.
It's called the Fisher. Is it the Fisher? Call of the Wild.
Call of the Wild, the Reeler or something, the Wrangler, something like that. This is like a technical term for it. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, you're a fisherman. It looks pretty. And it looked like a fun, like chill game. If you wanted to just go fishing, it seems like a fun chill game.
Yeah,
it looked very pretty. Spider Heck. We got Hellsinger, which we discussed earlier. That looked fun. That was probably my game of the Idea Show Xbox, was the Hellsinger one.
Yeah, it's just the only problem is it's just that there's loads of interviews, and I was thinking like it should have been in the after show, like the Treehouse. Like you have Nintendo Direct and you have Treehouse Direct, which basically goes with interviews. But instead, like it says like it's gonna be like 90 minutes, but then it just like keeps interviewing the interviews in it, and it just goes longer than 90 minutes. So we finish our react, then 5 minutes later the whole direct's finished. So it's like
we gave up because we thought it said it was 90 minutes. We gave up, so like we hit 90 minutes and it was still going. We're like, oh, never mind. And then it literally wrapped up 5 minutes later, which is just hilarious. Moon Scars looked good. That looked like a Castlevania, but like dark, like gritty, like a nice art style to it. It was really pretty. I think I
would rather like play Dead Cells. So I don't know. I just don't see like a huge appeal in it. Apart like it's more like a Bloodborne thing rather than the roguelike.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't really say.
That's fair. I mean, it's cool that we have a load of games coming to Xbox. I love me some indie games, but I wish they would pace these better. Well, the first one I watched was 4 hours, so at least they cut it down to an hour and a half. But even then, it's like we don't need 20-minute development. Like it's like they go like, here's a trailer, here's a 20-minute interview, which is like they're very long interviews for some reason, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna take a break. Like, why are you taking a break for? Like, just do a recording and just have it as one thing, as like a package. Like, just if you want, as you said, have the interviews at the end. Like, maybe have just all the trailers back to back, and then have interviews at the end. Because I don't want to sit there for 4 hours watching like random Twitch streamers. Like they go, we're gonna go on a break. Watch this Twitch streamer streaming this game for 10 minutes. Like, why? Why are you putting advert breaks in there that are just other streamers? It's weird. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other games that were at the Idea Xbox, because even though it was like 90 minutes, I can't really think of much there was in there. It was the Spider Heck, Moon Scars, Hellsinger, and I think that's it really. Was there anything else in the Idea Xbox you want? Ghostbusters, which I'm like, whatever. I'm more
Well,
bothered with that.
I'm not really that bothered about it too. Like, I think the interviews somehow killed it.
Yeah. All right. Should we just, you know what? Screw it. Let's just move on to
But I can say there's some
Tokyo.
like best moments. Like, apart from me like having a real huge time with you, like reacting to Spider Heck.
Yeah,
There's
that
also
was
that
fun.
part in the I think the fishing game is that someone like does a stream, sets it up, and then just walks over to grassy fields and like do fishing.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, he was the green. He used the green screen to make it look like he was actually there. It was hilarious. That
Yeah.
was funny. That was funny. That did make me chuckle. So let's just move on to the Tokyo Game Show. That was like the real. That was the real thing, wasn't it?
Yes.
I mean, the highlight of the Tokyo Game Show was Deathloop coming to Game Pass. We already discussed Deathloop in great detail this more earlier, but there was other stuff. Persona 5 we knew was coming. Looked cool. Just yeah, a lot of Japanese games, which I'm really excited to see. Ni no Kuni, which you spoiled for me. Thanks for
Yeah.
that.
Still sorry for that. But
It's
I just
alright.
got it on like PlayStation 3, beating it,
Yeah.
which I believe I got a platinum,
Ooh.
and I spent like 4 hours trying to find the golden trumpet critter. It's just basically a bit like Pokemon where you collect different monsters and then you just like train them to be part of your team. But the whole chunk of it is just about like a student gonna be experience and this just like
Alright.
deals with like two realities and how you can like go through the fantasy world. But yeah, if you haven't tried it already, then it's worth playing it on like Game Pass. Whereas the
Yeah.
sequel, Ni no Kuni 2, is coming out early next year.
Nice. I definitely have to try that. Pal World looked cool. That was like Pokemon with guns.
Yeah.
I'm totally down for that. It's a Pokemon game where you have guns. Well, what the hell? It's like a Lapras looking thing, and he's like, "Oh, that's cute." And then he pans out, and it's got like missile launchers on his shoulders, and it's like, like thousands of missiles. I'm like, "What the hell?" Like Blastoise has like cannons on his back, but they're just water cannons, right? These are actual rocket launchers and stuff. It's ridiculous. Like you have like a Pikachu thing with you, and it's on your head with a machine gun. It's the most random thing I've ever seen, but I love it.
But
That was my game of show.
this is literally like the more honest version of Pokemon, because
Yeah,
you go and build houses and you basically give your critters like hammers and tools to build a house with. And yep,
yeah,
this is basically Pokemon because these guys are like raised as slaves and you expect them to like building houses and fight wars.
yeah. There's new Guilty Gear, new Blaze Blue as well. So we're getting some fighting games on the Xbox finally.
Well,
What
these
else
are
is
like
there?
released before. It's just
Yeah,
they're gonna getting some special editions which you'll play on Xbox Game Pass. So you finally get to play as Bridget and Guilty Gear Strife, and you finally get to like try out Team Ruby in like Blaze
yeah.
Blue
Use
cross
Yang.
team battle.
I'm gonna use Yang or AKA Barb from Rooster Teeth. Yang.
I go like
It's gonna be funny. We'll definitely play some of that at some point. I'm excited to play that. Obviously,
Bumblebee.
as I said, Personas. What else was there?
Well, there's Persona. It's just only you get Persona 5 coming October,
Yep.
and you'll be getting Persona 3 and 4 like next year. And it's not just for the
wait.
Xbox, you also get them through PC too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to play because I have Persona 5 Royal on my PS5, but I'm downloading it again on the Xbox. I definitely want to play it on my Xbox. I don't know why. I fancy playing it on the Xbox. They got the one more. They announced the one more time edition, which is like a special edition for Xbox, which is nice with like special. Got like special items and stuff to buy, so that's cool. The Xbox is getting a special treatment. Yeah, I mean the Tokyo Game Show was only 40 minutes, and I really enjoyed it. I simped out to the presenter; she was really cute. What else is there? I'm trying to remember what other games there were. There's so many good games. Danganronpa Part 3 That looks interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like Danganronpa 1 and 2, but I only really know them from Game Grumps. I'm just looking forward to Game Grumps playing part 3. I'm looking forward to that. What else is there? There's loads of stuff. There's loads of really good stuff. Wulong, which is actually, they've just released a demo for Wulong on Xbox, so I'm going to have to play that at some point.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So that's going to be exclusive to Xbox next. Well, not. It's going to be on Game Pass next year. It's not exclusive, but it's going to be on Game Pass next year. So that's like Dark Souls, but made by Team Ninja. I'm totally down for it. It looks cool as hell. I can't remember what it's called now. There was like a 2D, 3D game that looks kind of like Octopath Traveler, but it was like 100 Heroes. What was it called? I'm Googling it now.
I think it was like something Insulin Chronicle, and it's like you have
yeah.
100 heroes.
Iduden Chronicle, 100 Heroes. Yeah, that looks cool. It's like 2D, 3D. So if you have like Octopath Traveler and that's the game that looks the most is similar to. So it's like 3D. The world is 3D, but the characters are 2D sprites, but like an angle. They look cool. It's a really cool art style. I'm really looking forward to playing that. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming to Xbox. It feels like finally Xbox is kind of it's starting to make some ground in Japan now, which is nice. Because I feel like, as we've said multiple times, it feels like PlayStation have kind of left Japan behind and they've lost interest in Japan and they're trying to focus on America, whereas Xbox are trying to get into Japan a bit more, which is nice. So basically, a lot of these games have already been out on PS5 or PS4, but we're finally getting on Xbox. So finally, I think we've almost caught up. So hopefully, we'll get the newest Blaze Blue and the newest Ni no Kuni and the newest Personas when they come out day in day. I hope. I'm moving fingers crossed. Mm-hmm. There's also pictures of Phil with Hideo Kojima and the Xbox team with Hideo Kojima, so that's coming soon. Eventually, we'll get to see what this Hideo Kojima game is going to be exclusive to Xbox. So I'm excited for that. Was there anything else in the Tokyo Game Show you wanted to talk about? Because I think I've literally gone for the whole show more or less.
I don't know, because I think it just mentioned a lot of different games, and they mentioned like Forza Horizon 10-year anniversary edition, and not much special to me because it's only just a festival in Forza Horizon 5, which I only played about 30 minutes of Forza Horizon 4, and that's as far as I got with it at the moment.
Forza Horizon 5 is a really fun game. I'm looking forward to playing the new DLC, if it's just going to be anything.
I think it's just like an in-game event more than anything, really.
Yeah. What was the name of that game? It was like a Fury Advanced Wars game as well, which I can't remember the name of.
Oh, the very Advanced Wars games. Yeah, I think these were released before, and now they're just going to be remastered for the Xbox. I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Fuja. That's what it's called.
You sure it's like Fuja?
Melodies of Steel. Oh yeah, and then also the Assassin's Creed Odyssey is coming to Game Pass as well.
In fact, I think you can get some of these right now, and there's also an Assassin's Creed sale on Xbox too, so definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this is a good month for Game Pass. If you're a Game Pass user, you've got so much to play this month. It's lovely. As I said, we've both been playing Hellsinger. Deathloop's amazing. And then there's all these JRPGs that have just dropped, and you got Assassin's Creed. And if you know, as I said, Danganronpa 3, Fuja, Ni no Kuni, and then next month or the month after we get in Persona. It's gonna be some good stuff. I'm really hoping it's good. It's a good time. It's a good time to be an Xbox fan. Even there's not like anything big first party coming this year, apart from like Deathloop, which just hit. There's not really anything first party coming this year. We've got Pentiment and we've got Grounded, but apart from that, it's quite a bit of a quiet year. Next year should be insane as
Well,
well.
I can assure you that you will be expecting less from me over the past few months because I'm already getting burnt out with my games. I'm
Yeah,
playing much less games, and I've been spending more time writing, which means I could end up reading more and saving electricity throughout winter. So don't be too surprised when I don't speak up about lots of games there. I'll be just
yeah.
like one who finds out more about what's going on in the games world.
You're
So
just gonna you could be like sat there at candlelight reading your books in the darkness just with a candle on in the background and everything turned off.
and the more this energy crisis problems are, the more that I really wanted to be off the grid so I wouldn't have to pay their
Fair.
huge tariffs.
That's fair. I rarely use heating in my house, to be honest. Like, if I'm cold, I just put a blanket on. Like that's the stage I'm at. I don't pay for heating and stuff. It's ridiculous.
You could
Or
try
if
a
it's too hot.
foil sheet just to like have a cooked potato.
Yeah. Ooh, boiled potato, roast potato. So I think that's it, really. Unless you wanted to talk a little bit more about anything else you wanted to talk about before we end the show. I mean, we've kind of hit all the topics.
Yeah, I think I don't have anything else to add. And being a pathetic somebody who recently spent more on microtransactions to get Genlock skins and like paladins,
Nice.
but that's about it.
Nice. I haven't seen Genlock. I've heard it's good though. I'll have to watch that. Um, yeah. I said I'm gonna probably go back on Deathloop and probably actually try Wulong out because I've downloaded Wulong earlier, so I'll probably play that in a bit as well. Yeah. Next week I am off to EGX on Saturday with the PlayStation guys, the PS We Trust people. I'm going to EGX with them, so
Oh,
that's gonna be
I didn't
fun.
know that because
Yeah.
you did plan to go to Australia and then somehow I don't think it didn't end. But now you're just going to
No.
be traveling over to, is it London or is it in
London.
Birmingham?
London. I mean, £14 for a ticket is a bit different to going to Australia for a grand or
Oh,
grand
okay.
plus.
Oh,
A day in London is a bit different to traveling to Australia for a month. I want to go to Australia. It's just very expensive, and it's the ever since COVID, the prices of plane tickets have gone rocket high. Yeah, we're trying to figure out. Hopefully, go to Australia at some point because my family's in Australia.
I think
But
I think what you should definitely do is like, if permitted, you can like film yourself phone with your phone and go around EGX. And I think this is what's going to make this channel great because back in 2013, I been to the EGX, which is my second visit, and it was mainly to be with me being a journalist because I was working for the games website. And I was given free tickets to go to EGX, so I had to like take care of the travel prices and got over to like a hotel, stay there, and just go to the EGX. And I think it's just like going to be really special. There's a few like people that I used to go to university with, and I met Mike Biffle there, so you might probably see somebody you might have met at university too.
that would be funny if I met my old people from uni. Yeah, like I met Mike Biffle before. He's a nice guy. Yeah, he went to university with us. I don't know if many people knew that. Like he was a year above us, I think, or 2 years above us. But yeah, yeah, EGX should be fun. I'm hoping to see Street Fighter. That's what the guys were all saying. Is like Street Fighter 6 is the one they're all looking forward to. I'm hoping that we might see Liza P or like something like that there or Wulong. I'm looking forward to seeing what they got.
Yeah,
And I might talk about it next week.
Yeah, please let me know how you get on with Street Fighter 6 because the only tip I would suggest is you have to be in the queue and make sure you just don't bump into people because I tapped into some guy's shoes and then he just turned around and told me off. Don't step into me. So you just need to make sure you maintain your distance and make sure you are prepared to wait for like hours before you get to play the game because I think there's some of the games like Assassin's Creed, for instance, you literally have to wait like for half of the day in order you get to play the game.
we will see what I fancy playing then. Maybe Street Fighter. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
But at least it's better than like being a very long queue, because I know it's really nice to like see the Queen's coffin and stuff like that. But in order to do that, you literally have to like wait for over like 10 miles of queuing.
Yeah, it was a 24-hour queue to see the Queen's coffin. I'm good, thanks. I mean, it's not like there's Street Fighter at the end of that queue.
You might even see street fights around it too. So
that's fair. So yeah, that's it for this week's episode. As I said, I'll probably go ETX next week, so maybe I have some games to talk about. That'd be interesting.
And I'll be trying to survive from anybody for joking about Queen's Queue, which I shouldn't really be.
That's all good. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate any feedback. Let us know in the comments below if you enjoyed the episode, if anything you want to change or anything like that. Just let us know. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, too sweet.
Bye.
Later, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to the X Marks the Box podcast. Follow us at X Marks Box on Twitter or X Marks the Box on YouTube. And follow us on all audio podcast services. Thanks for listening.